After age 75, the body speaks more quietly, but also more urgently. And while death may feel like a distant shadow, the truth is this: nearly 99% of all deaths over 75 come from just 5 root causes. And the most surprising part? Many of them are preventable, or at least manageable, with simple daily habits. This video isn't here to scare you, it's here to wake you up gently, lovingly, clearly. Because the goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live stronger, clearer, and more peacefully, no matter your age. Let's look at the 5 causes and what you can do to stay ahead of them. Reason number 1: heart disease, the silent breaker. It doesn't come with drama at first, no loud warnings, no sudden alarms, just a little fatigue after climbing stairs, a tightness in the chest you brush off as just old age, a skipped walk, a salty snack, another night of poor sleep, and quietly, over time, the heart breaks down. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for people over 75 in almost every country in the world, and the most dangerous part, it often gives no real signs until it's too late. As we age, the blood vessels that once flowed like rivers begin to harden and narrow. The heart, once so efficient, now beats harder just to keep up. Contributing factors include high blood pressure that's been unchecked for years, high cholesterol building silently in the arteries, poor diet, heavy in salt, sugar, and processed foods, lack of regular movement, causing the heart muscle to weaken, unmanaged stress, anxiety, or even loneliness, medications or other conditions like diabetes that add strain. And because the symptoms can be subtle or confused with aging, many seniors ignore them until they end up in the ER or don't wake up. If you're over 75, don't wait for a heart attack to know your heart needs attention. Look for signs like unusual fatigue or shortness of breath with simple tasks, discomfort or pressure in the chest, neck, or jaw, swelling in legs or ankles, feeling lightheaded or faint, especially when standing, heart beating too fast or too slow, sleeping poorly with nighttime shortness of breath. If any of these show up regularly, speak with your doctor. It's not overreacting, it's listening. You don't need extreme workouts or complicated diets. What your heart needs is gentle, consistent care. Here's what works, slowly but powerfully. 1. Eat like your heart depends on it, because it does. Prioritize whole foods, leafy greens, berries, oats, legumes. Choose healthy fats, olive oil, walnuts, avocado, salmon. Limit salt, read labels, avoid packaged foods. Stay hydrated. Even mild dehydration makes your heart work harder. 2. Move a little every day. You don't need to run, but don't sit all day either. Walk for 15 to 20 minutes, twice a day if possible. Do gentle stretching or leg lifts in a chair. March in place while waiting for water to boil. Every heartbeat gets stronger when you move, even just a little. 3. Manage stress and loneliness. Chronic worry, grief, or isolation adds silent pressure on your heart. Try deep breathing exercises. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Listen to calming music. Call someone you love. Connection is healing. Practice gratitude before bed. It truly lowers blood pressure. 4. Monitor key numbers. Track blood pressure. Aim for around 120/80 unless your doctor says otherwise. Cholesterol, especially LDL, weight and waistline, excess belly fat adds cardiac risk. Blood sugar, especially if diabetic or pre-diabetic. You don't have to be obsessed, but awareness leads to prevention. Your heart has carried you through everything: joy, grief, effort, worry, and love. After 75, it's not too late to give it back some of that care, to eat with intention, to move with love, to breathe slowly and feel peace return. Because you don't need a perfect heart to live longer. You just need one that's still cared for, every single day. Reason number 2: stroke, the sudden collapse. It comes like a thief in the night, no time to prepare, no warning to plan. One moment, everything seems fine, and the next, the world tilts. A dropped cup, a slurred sentence, one side of the face, different. Stroke doesn't knock politely. It breaks in, suddenly, brutally, and often silently. After 75, stroke becomes one of the most common causes of death and disability. And what makes it so dangerous is how fast it takes everything from you. What exactly is a stroke? A stroke happens when blood flow to the brain is blocked or interrupted, usually by a clot, ischemic, or a burst vessel, hemorrhagic. Without oxygen, brain cells start dying within minutes. And once they die, they don't come back. That's why strokes don't just take lives. They often take speech, memory, movement, and independence. Why strokes are so common after 75. As we age, arteries stiffen and narrow. The heart may beat irregularly, like with atrial fibrillation. Blood pressure tends to rise silently over the years. We move less, drink less water, and sleep poorly. Tiny clots form more easily and travel straight to the brain. Add in conditions like diabetes, smoking history, or previous mini strokes, TIAs, and the risk becomes much higher. Time is everything with a stroke. The faster you act, the more you save. Brain, body, life. Memorize this. F, face drooping, is one side of the face numb or drooping. Ask them to smile. A, arm weakness, is one arm drifting downward when both are raised. S, speech difficulty, are words slurred or strange. T, time to call emergency. Even one of these signs means you must act immediately. Seconds lost equals brain lost. How to lower your stroke risk after 75. The good news, many strokes can be prevented with consistent care. One, control your blood pressure. This is number one. High blood pressure is the leading cause of stroke. Aim for around 120/80 or your doctor's recommendation. Monitor at home weekly. Reduce salt and processed foods. Stay hydrated. Dehydration can raise blood pressure too. 2. Manage irregular heartbeat, atrial fibrillation. If you've ever felt fluttering or skipped heartbeats, get it checked. AFib is a major cause of clots and strokes and often goes unnoticed. Your doctor may recommend blood thinners or simple monitoring tools. 3. Eat for brain health. Leafy greens, spinach, kale, arugula, berries, blueberries, blackberries, omega-3 fats, salmon, walnuts, chia seeds. Avoid excess sugar, fried foods, and trans fats. A healthy heart equals a well-fed brain. 4. Move daily, even gently. Just 20 minutes of walking can improve circulation and reduce stroke risk. Chair yoga, light dancing, or Tai Chi all help. Every step is a message to your body. Stay alive. Stay flowing. 5. Watch for mini strokes, TIAs. Sometimes strokes come in whispers before they roar. Brief vision loss, sudden confusion that clears up, weakness that fades in minutes. These are transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, and they are your last warning before a major stroke. Don't ignore them. They are not just old age. You don't need to live in fear of stroke. You need to live in awareness. Know the signs. Nurture your body and never assume it's too late, because the brain that has carried you through a lifetime still deserves your protection. And your next moment, your next memory, your next I love you depends on it. Reason number 3, falls, the hidden killer. It sounds simple, a stumble in the hallway, a small misstep in the bathroom, a moment of imbalance on the stairs. But for someone over 75, a fall is never just a fall. It can be the beginning of a chain reaction that quietly leads to the end of independence, or even life itself. You see, after 75, falls are the number one cause of injury-related death in older adults. And yet, most people still think of them as just accidents. But falls aren't just about the body slipping. They're about the body warning you that something deeper is changing. As we get older, several changes happen at once. Muscles shrink, sarcopenia, bones lose density, osteoporosis, reflexes slow down, balance weakens due to ear and nerve decline, vision and depth perception fade, medications may cause dizziness or lightheadedness. So when a fall happens, even from standing height, the result may be a hip fracture, which can take months to recover from or never fully heal, a traumatic brain injury, even from a minor bump, a fear of falling again, which leads to less movement and even faster decline. Many seniors never recover fully after a major fall. Some stop walking, some lose their confidence, and sadly, many never leave the hospital. Common risk zones at home. Falls often happen in the bathroom, wet floors, no grab bars, at night, poor lighting, disorientation, on loose rugs or cluttered walkways, on stairs, especially with no railing, when rushing or getting up too fast from bed or a chair. You don't need to wrap yourself in bubble wrap. You need awareness, strength, and small changes that make a big difference. 1. Strengthen your legs daily. Leg muscles are your best natural protection. Try sit to stand exercises, rise from a chair 10 times a day, heel to toe walking to improve balance, calf raises or light stair practice, simple leg lifts while seated. Strong legs, strong foundation. 2. Fall proof your home. Remove rugs or secure them with tape. Keep cords and clutter out of walking paths. Install grab bars in the shower and near toilets. Use nightlights in the hallway and bathroom. Add non-slip mats in wet areas. Your home should feel like a safe nest, not a hidden trap. 3. Check your medications. Some medications cause drowsiness or lower blood pressure. Ask your doctor or pharmacist, can any of these increase fall risk? Never stand up too quickly. Pause for 10 seconds before walking. 4. Get regular vision and hearing checks. If you can't see where you're stepping or hear a warning behind you, you're more vulnerable. Update your glasses. Use brighter lights. Ask someone to check if your shoes are stable and non slip. 5. Don't let fear keep you still. Many older adults who fall once stop moving out of fear. But inactivity causes more weakness, more stiffness, even greater fall risk. So move with caution, but don't stop moving. One fall can change everything, but so can one habit: a stronger leg, a safer hallway, a slower movement, and most of all, a decision not to ignore what your body is whispering. You still have power. And with just a little care, you can walk through your later years steady, safe, and standing strong. Reason number 4: respiratory infections, especially pneumonia. It starts like a regular cold: a little cough, some chest tightness, a few nights of restless sleep. But in older adults, especially those over 75, what seems like a mild infection can quickly turn into something far more serious: pneumonia, often called the old man's friend, because it quietly takes lives, especially when the body is already tired. After 75, respiratory infections like influenza, COVID-19, and pneumonia are among the top causes of death worldwide, and often they strike hardest when people least expect it. Why pneumonia is so dangerous in the elderly. The aging body faces more challenges than people realize. The immune system weakens, so it takes longer to fight infections. The lungs become less elastic, making it harder to breathe deeply. Cough reflex becomes less efficient, making it easier for fluids and bacteria to settle. Pre-existing conditions like COPD, heart disease, or diabetes reduce recovery ability. Bed rest or inactivity further weakens lung function. All of this makes even a simple cold potentially life-threatening. The signs of pneumonia and other respiratory infections can be subtle in seniors. Watch for cough with or without mucus, chest pain when breathing or coughing, shallow or rapid breathing, extreme fatigue or weakness, low appetite, confusion or sudden mental fog, fever or no fever at all. Some seniors won't show a fever even with serious infection. If breathing changes noticeably, don't wait. Seek medical help early. How to protect yourself from respiratory infections after 75. You don't need to fear every sniffle, but you do need to prepare your body, your environment, and your habits. 1. Strengthen your immune system. Daily, eat foods rich in vitamin C, D, and zinc, citrus, mushrooms, leafy greens, nuts. Drink warm liquids to soothe the throat and keep airways hydrated. Avoid sugary snacks that suppress immune function. Rest deeply and regularly. Sleep is repair. 2. Practice daily lung health habits. Take 10 deep breaths each morning. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Do gentle movements like Tai Chi, stretching, or arm swings to open up your chest. If lying in bed, sit upright several times a day to expand your lungs. Hum softly or sing a song. Yes, it actually helps vibrate mucus loose. 3. Stay hydrated and warm. Drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. Keep warm in cooler seasons. Cold air constricts airways. Use a humidifier during dry winter months to avoid throat and nasal dryness. 4. Prevent germ exposure. But don't live in fear. Wash hands regularly. Avoid close contact with sick people. Clean shared surfaces. Wear a mask in crowded indoor spaces during flu COVID seasons. Stay up to date on doctor recommended vaccines: flu, COVID-19, and pneumococcal. Vaccines don't just protect you, they buy time for your immune system to catch up. 5. Stay socially connected, even when sick. Isolation weakens the immune system, just like poor nutrition does. Call a loved one, sit by a window, listen to uplifting voices, music, or gentle conversation. Healing begins in the lungs, but it's supported in the heart. You've taken thousands of breaths in your lifetime. Each one has carried you through joy, struggle, and silent moments of strength. Don't take your breath for granted, especially now. Treat each cough as a message, each sigh as an opportunity, and each breath as a reason to care for yourself with tenderness. Because your lungs still have life left to give. Breathe deeply, breathe wisely, breathe like tomorrow matters. Reason number 5: cognitive decline and depression, the quiet disconnect. Not every death after 75 comes from a dramatic event. Sometimes it comes from something much quieter, something that slowly pulls a person inward, a memory that doesn't come back, a joy that doesn't rise anymore, a spark that fades, not all at once, but piece by piece. After 75, one of the most underestimated causes of decline and even death isn't physical at all. It's cognitive decline. Memory loss, confusion, dementia combined with depression, loneliness, and emotional withdrawal. These aren't just emotional struggles, they're real, life threatening conditions, and they often go unnoticed until it's too late. How the mind affects the body and life itself. The brain doesn't just control thoughts, it controls appetite, movement, sleep, motivation, decision making, even immune response. So when the brain begins to falter, people stop eating well, they forget to take medications, they withdraw from movement and social interaction. Their body follows their mind down a slower, quieter path to decline. And when depression joins in, the cycle deepens. Why bother eating? No one visits anyway. I don't matter anymore. These thoughts aren't just sad, they're dangerous. Not all changes are sudden. Some are subtle. Look for increasing forgetfulness or confusion, difficulty managing bills, cooking, or hygiene, sleeping much more or much less, saying things like, I feel empty or I'm just tired of it all, withdrawing from family, friends, or activities once loved, sudden mood swings, irritability, or apathy. If these signs persist for more than a couple of weeks, don't brush them off as just aging. This may be the mind's way of saying, I need care too. How to protect mental and emotional health after 75. You don't need perfect memory or endless happiness to stay well. You need connection, stimulation, and compassion for your brain and your soul. 1. Keep the brain engaged. Do puzzles, crosswords, or brain games. Read aloud or listen to audiobooks. Try simple new skills, painting, learning a song, even rearranging a drawer. Practice storing, your memories matter. The brain is like a muscle. The brain is like a muscle, it strengthens when used with love. 2. Stay emotionally connected. Schedule regular calls or walks with family. Join a senior group, hobby club, or even online community. Ask someone to check in weekly. Even short conversations prevent isolation. If spiritual, engage in prayer, meditation, or group discussion. 3. Don't hesitate to seek help. If memory loss becomes concerning, see a geriatric doctor. Depression after 75 is common and treatable with therapy, gentle medication, or lifestyle support. Ask your healthcare provider about dementia screenings. Early detection gives time for planning and care. 4. Move. Even just a little physical activity boosts dopamine, serotonin, and blood flow to the brain. Walk for 10 to 20 minutes, do chair yoga or light stretching. Dance to soft music. Breathe deeply while sitting outside. Movement isn't just for muscles, it's for the mind too. Your mind has carried a lifetime of memories. It's been your compass, your storyteller, your keeper of identity. Don't let its fading define you. Don't let its struggle isolate you. Don't let its silence go unnoticed, because you are still here. And with care, with love, with gentle curiosity, your mind can stay awake to the beauty of life, even now. If you've made it to 75, you've already lived through storms, victories, heartbreaks, and blessings. You've seen the world change and changed with it. But here's something no one tells you. Staying alive isn't about escaping death. It's about choosing life, every day, in small but powerful ways. Whether it's your heart that needs softening, your legs that need strengthening, your breath that needs slowing, or your mind that needs kindness, you still have influence. You still have power. You still have time, because 99% of deaths may come from just 5 causes, but 99% of prevention comes from one decision: to start today, with care, with love, with courage. If this video helped you feel more aware, hopeful, or ready to take even one step toward better health, please like this video. It helps more seniors discover the message they might be quietly needing. Subscribe to True Senior Wisdom for weekly guidance, healing insight, and gentle motivation to live well in every season of life. And in the comments, we'd love to hear, which of these 5 areas are you focusing on now? What's one habit you're ready to begin or return to? Because here, we don't talk about aging like a problem. We talk about it like what it truly is, a sacred chapter, still full of breath, beauty, and becoming. You are not too old to change. You are not too late to care. You are not too far from joy. So take that walk, drink that water, make that call, strengthen that heart. This isn't the end, it's a beginning, built on all the wisdom you've carried this far.